Togal sani, togal sanyapon, iti Gambia. Kredi buje na tobal koko, kasbawa buje na tobal koko. Fone chipiti briu, manga yoni khalis direct sa account bir Gambia. ABS sutura ngini, approve services, no problem. Jarul sama ilate. Nak ñoo fi man Sénégal Gambia approve services no problème jarul sa toog di laajte ndax moo fi gën APS daal baax na
Good morning Africa ci Africa TV mbokk ñu ngi leen di nuyu beneen yoon ñu amaat mbégte dellu ci kon niñ ko baaxoo di ànd ak yéen bu waxtu bi jotee xam ngeen ne li nga xamante ne mooy programme bi dafay dal di ñëw ñu indi li nga xamante ne lan moo fees ci kër gi ñu waxtaanee ko waaye tamit waxtaanee li nga xamante ne xew-xew jamono su ko defee ñu ngi leen di ziar bu baax a baax fu waaye mënta nekk ci biir réew mi ba ci biti réew ñu ngi leen di ziar yi amaat mbégte kon ni ma ko waxee dellu si rek fas yéene àndaat ak yéen ñu waxtaan lu yaatu ci li nga xamante ne mooy ci réew mi ba ci bitimi réew ma ci faral di ànd nag suma naataango yi tey nag suma ajaratu bi Julde Njaay moom laa ci àndal su ko defee mbégte lay nekk ma bàyyi ko mu nuyoo su ko defee ci gannaaw bu mu nuyoo tey nag dina am li nga xamante noonu lañ ko dox noonu la ñoo doxalee programme bi ndax dañ am gan ci kër gi ci kanam tuuti léegi incha allah ñu dalal ko waxtaan ak moom ci lu yaatu ci li tax mu teewtee ci biir programme bi ñu ngi leen di nuyu beneen yoon di leen wax ne good morning and I hope you are all very well okay Julde good morning.
Amadou. Good morning, Auntie Ami, and good morning to the viewers. It's always good to be back in the studio for another edition of Good Morning Africa program. Comme Amadou num ko waxee rek tey dañ am a special program on the Good Morning Africa program because dañ fi am gan bu am solo si biir kër bi fii di xam naa ne si kanam rek dina leen wax lu am solo si programme bi fii rek bu leen dem. Stay tuned till the end of the program.
Bulen dem comme nim ko waxe till the end of the program. Of course, you know, it's good to be back, and we are happily back this morning to talk about very important and pertinent issues on the program. And we have a special guest this morning because we are going to talk about special things. Don't be surprised, by the way, but of course it's all good, and we will be talking about matters of development and others. But of course, right now, we have Ami Bojan Sisoho, Director of Press and Public Relations at the State House or Office of the President. This morning, she will be our guest, and of course, we are talking about some very important issues. But before we get to that, I will just give Julde the honors to welcome Ami. Julde.
Welcome to the program, Auntie Ami. It's a pleasure to have you in the program here, and of course we will talk about important issues pertaining to the various projects of, you know, the President Adama Barrow's tenure under his leadership, and of course which includes the road networks and other important projects, and some of the projects that are on the line, you know, that he is about to inaugurate just recently, and others that are yet to be inaugurated, but you know, the plans that you have in place to so din la baye nga nuyo ak ñi ñu nekk di seetaan ni to also greet them before we start the program proper.
Thank you very much, Julde and Amadou, and thank you, iAfrica, for having me. It's a pleasure to be here, and I hope we'll be able to have a nice discussion.
Fantastic. Equally, we are very delighted and happy to have you this morning. And of course, like Julde have just mentioned, we will be talking about, of course, very important issues, because if you were following development in the country, it has been announced that His Excellency President Adama Barrow, President of the Republic of the Gambia, will on Saturday, the 29th of this month, that is February 2020, inaugurate the Laminkoto Pasamas Road at, of course, Janjambure, or should I say at 12 noon, and of course, among other projects also that he will be, inaugurating or launching, very, very, enormous, I should say. But of course, I wouldn't want to go to any details about that, because Ami is here. Now, so of course we would be, of course, talking about that. But equally, as you may know, the president also will be going to a tour in URR, and of course to launch other projects and other developments as well. Madam Sissoko, what can you tell us about the planned visit of the president to the URR, and of course the inauguration of the projects as well?
Thank you very much, Amadou. First of all, I would like to really appreciate this effort and the time spent to discuss this issue. First of all, His Excellency will leave Banjul Wednesday, 26th of February. That will be tomorrow. And when he leaves, he'll go to his hometown, Mankamankunda, and then on the 29th, he will inaugurate the Laminkoto Pasamas Road. And after the Laminkoto Pasamas Road, he will also inaugurate the Gambia College Annex in Basse. And then while he's in Basse and the URR, the community of Baniko Kekoro invited him to a meeting they are going to hold there. Apart from that, he would also continue to go to Bansang in the CRR. There he is going to inaugurate the headquarters of the hydrological, that will be the hydrological headquarters. That is very important, because if you look at it, water is a key issue in our development. Apart from that, he will come back to Banjul on the 5th of March, and then when he returns, he's going to go to inaugurate the Sukuta Jambanjeli Road in the West Coast area. So this is the itinerary basically, and then let's continue from there and see how we can follow up with the discussion.
All right. Of course, you have just mentioned some of the projects that he's going to launch, but specifically, let's start with the Laminkoto Pasamas Road inauguration. Of course, this has been a long time talk in the country. Tell us about the launch or the inauguration of that project.
Yeah, Laminkoto Pasamas is a very important road network. If maybe some of you are not, maybe I'm too old, but I remember in the 1990s when I used to go on trek in that area, how difficult it was. In fact, many times the driver will get lost because it's so difficult, it's so bushy that you don't recognize where you're going. So if that has been going on, and I remember since the Jawara regime, they were talking about Laminkoto Pasamas. So if it happens that under the Adama Barrow regime.
And if it also during Jammeh's time as well?
Yeah, it continued. That's why I said since the Jawara regime, if it started that, it must have come through up to the present regime, because you have the First Republic, you have the Second Republic. And what I'm trying to say is, having to come through all those years, and finally, it was the Adama Barrow regime that was lucky to have the road completed. People have to appreciate what development is. Development is a continuity. You can initiate something, but you may not be the implementer. You can implement something, but you may not be the one who will see it progress to another level. So as part of that development, that's why I said since in the 1992, I remember going to the Lamenco using that road. So that means that it has been a long time.
It's good that you are trying to bring a clarity with regards to the maybe ownership or the initiative, because there are people that have been saying this was a project initiated by the Jammeh government.
No, it's not even Jammeh. It's not even the Jammeh regime.
People are also trying to...
No, it's not even the Jammeh regime. It was well before that. It was well before, because I was here. And I have traveled that road. I have had tours with President Jawara when that Lamin-Koto road was mentioned during those tours. So it's not like now. That's why I said development is a continuity. The reason why President Barrow regime is taking ownership is that because it has been able to actually see the implementation done. It's just like a pregnancy process. As long as the baby is not out, you cannot say, I'm the owner of the baby. There is no baby.
Yeah.
That's all. So I want us to appreciate that President Jawara's regime had the thought about making Lamin-Koto Passabas Road a road worthy of calling it a road.
Yeah.
It transit from that regime to the Second Republic.
Yeah.
The Second Republic, they've been making efforts, because I've traveled through that route again during the Second regime. And through that Second regime, I have seen the efforts that were made, but it couldn't complete. So when you come now under the Adama Barrow regime, and the road was able to be complete, they were able to complete the road, then it is a pride for the nation, but it is the pride for President Adama Barrow, because it was his regime that was lucky enough to have it done and completed and called a road. And
Yes.
he's the one who is having the opportunity and the honor to be able to inaugurate it.
But you will also agree that like the funds were acquired during Jammeh's regime, and also even the implementation of the project begins during Jammeh's regime.
That's exactly what I told you. I don't know whether I'm being clear. I said it started even before that. During the Jawara regime, I remember when we went on a tour, because I was working at Radio Gambia as a reporter. When we went on tour, I went on tour with President Jawara twice, and I have heard that road being talked about. So I'm saying that it started somewhere, but President Barrow is the lucky one to have it done, completed, and inaugurated, and that we cannot deny. So what about if the road project was started and abandoned? It will not be completed. Let us